In the immense white vastness of Greenland, where silence is broken only by the cutting wind and the cracking of ice, a seemingly desolate land hides the secrets of wildlife. Here, nature has sculpted its creatures with a single purpose: survival. From the majestic polar bear that reigns over the drifting ice floes to the agile Arctic fox camouflaged in the snow, every creature is a lesson in resilience in this extreme world. The struggle for life is relentless, and beauty emerges in unexpected forms. This is an epic journey through the Arctic, where life defies the adversity of permafrost. Welcome to Greenland, the struggle for survival on the coldest island. Every like and subscribe you give is a huge motivation for us to keep creating better and higher quality content. Don't hesitate to leave a comment below. We'd love to know that this video has connected us. In your opinion, which animal is truly the ultimate apex predator in nature? Without keeping you waiting any longer, let's get started. In the immensity of Greenland, where ice and snow stretch to the horizon, and silence is profound, the polar bear reigns as the largest land predator. With its imposing physique and dense fur, it is a symbol of resilience and the struggle for survival in the Arctic. Weighing up to 700 kilograms, the polar bear is a true fortress. Its thick, translucent coat, which appears white, is actually designed to absorb heat, while its layer of fat, up to 10 centimeters, insulates its body from the extreme cold. These adaptations make it perfectly suited for the icy environment, where temperatures can fall below -30 degrees Celsius. Wandering solitary across the vast ice plains, the polar bear is an expert hunter, specializing in hunting seals. It uses its patience and strength to stealthily approach a crack in the ice where a seal may surface to breathe. When the opportune moment arrives, it attacks with precision, using its powerful claws. However, this hunting is becoming increasingly difficult as the Arctic ice melts due to climate change. The thaw forces bears to swim longer distances and cross faster areas in search of food, putting their lives at risk. In addition to being powerful swimmers, capable of traversing kilometers of icy sea, polar bears can survive long periods without eating, utilizing the energy stored in their fat reserves. This capacity is essential, as the Arctic summer, with the ice retreat, offers fewer hunting opportunities. Motherhood in the Arctic is another example of their impressive strength. Pregnant females dig dens in the snow, where they remain for months. There, they give birth to blind and helpless cubs, which they warm with their bodies until they are strong enough to emerge into the frozen world. Once outside, the small bears face the same challenges as their mother. Long walks on the ice in search of food, learning from the beginning to withstand the harsh conditions of their habitat. Despite its strength, the polar bear's future is uncertain. Sea ice, essential for its survival, is rapidly disappearing. Without ice, they lose their hunting territory and the struggle for survival becomes more arduous. Even so, the polar bear remains a majestic figure, a living representative of the Arctic and the challenges this region faces. Its future is tied to the fate of the ice it calls home. Today, it is both a relentless predator and a symbol of the fragility of wildlife in a changing world. With heavy steps on the thin ice and its gaze always alert to the horizon, the polar bear continues its epic journey through the Arctic, where every day is a new battle for survival. In its majestic isolation, it reminds us of the beauty and strength that exist in the most extreme regions of the planet. Amidst the vast tundra of Greenland, where the cold wind whistles through the snowfields and winter temperatures can fall below -50 degrees Celsius, life seems reserved only for the strongest. However, not always the largest or fiercest is the winner. Hidden in the white of the ice and snow, the Arctic fox walks silently, becoming one of the clearest proofs of the power of adaptation. Compared to the giant residents of the Arctic like bears or musk oxen, the Arctic fox has a small body. It measures around 46 to 68 centimeters long and weighs an average of 3 to 9 kilograms, but it is precisely its modest size that helps it conserve energy in an environment where every calorie is precious. Its entire body is covered by the densest fur of the canine family, a true survival coat. In winter, the fur turns pure white, which helps it blend completely with the snow and ice. When the short summer arrives, the fur color changes to grey-brown, making it almost disappear among the rocks and bare ground of the tundra. The fur is not only dense, but also covers the soles of its paws. Thanks to this, the Arctic fox can move on the ice without losing heat, a crucial advantage in a world where cold can kill in a matter of hours. Its small, rounded ears hug its head, and its long, bushy tail helps it stay warm when it curls up to sleep during a snowstorm. All are small but crucial details. In its survival journey, the Arctic fox is not picky about food. It is a flexible hunter, but also a master at seizing opportunities. In summer, when the tundra temporarily revives, it hunts lemmings, Arctic hares, chicks, bird eggs, and even insects. In winter, when life is scarce, it switches to scavenging, leftovers from wolf or polar bear hunts. This behavior makes the Arctic fox an important link in cleaning the tundra, helping to limit the accumulation of carrion and pathogens in the hostile environment. When food is abundant, the Arctic fox does not consume everything immediately. It buries the surplus under the snow or frozen ground, creating secret reserves for the difficult days to come. Its incredible spatial memory allows it to return exactly to the spots where it hid food, even when all traces on the surface have been erased by the wind and snow. The Arctic fox's life cycle clearly reflects the precariousness of the Arctic. In the wild, they live an average of 3 to 6 years. However, in years of prey explosions, especially lemmings, the female can give birth to 5 to 14 pups, one of the largest litters among carnivores. This is a common survival strategy in the Arctic. Reproduce heavily when conditions allow, because not all can survive to adulthood in a world full of risks. In the Greenland ecosystem, the Arctic fox is both predator and prey. It controls the rodent population, indirectly protecting the tundra vegetation from excessive devastation. At the same time, it is a target for Arctic wolves and occasionally polar bears. Its existence helps maintain the fragile balance between ecological levels, where the disappearance of a single link can cause chain changes. For the native Inuit people, the Arctic fox has long held a special meaning. In traditional stories, it often appears as an intelligent and cunning creature, a symbol of adaptability and survival through ingenuity. Its dense fur once helped humans withstand the extreme cold, creating a silent bond between man and this small fox. Today, the Arctic fox faces unprecedented challenges. As the climate warms, the Greenland tundra changes rapidly. The red fox, a larger and more competitive species, begins to expand its range northward, directly threatening the Arctic fox's living space and food sources. In a changing world, even the masters of survival cannot escape the whirlpool. Even so, in the infinite white of Greenland, the Arctic fox continues to walk. Without noise, without ostentation, it survives thanks to its flexibility, patience, and extraordinary adaptability. In the silence of the Arctic, this small fox reminds us that sometimes intelligence and perseverance are the greatest strength of nature. In the immensity of the Greenland tundras, the reindeer emerges as a symbol of adaptation and resilience. Always on the move, these animals are famous for their long migrations in search of pastures, in an environment where winter dominates most of the year. They advance in large herds, crossing frozen rivers and vast open plains, facing cutting winds and sudden drops in temperature. Their epic migrations are clear proof of their extraordinary ability to survive in some of the most adverse conditions on the planet. In an appearance that might seem modest, a deep and persistent strength is hidden, as if the Creator had endowed the reindeer with all the necessary tools to exist in the harshness of the Arctic tundra. It is precisely the harmony between its form, its instincts, and its environment that reveals the footprint of a great work of creation, where strength is not boasted, but is silently forged through time and adversity. The reindeer is perfectly adapted to this extreme scenario. Its thick insulating coat protects it from the intense cold, conserving body heat even during the most severe snowstorms. In summer, the coat becomes shorter, allowing it to regulate temperature when the tundra briefly blooms. In winter, the hair thickens again and acts as a natural shield against sub-zero temperatures. Furthermore, its broad hooves constitute an essential tool for survival. They allow it to dig up snow in search of hidden lichens, its main food source during the colder months, and they also function as natural snowshoes, preventing the animal from sinking into the soft snow. These hooves, adapted to both snow and the swampy terrain of summer, represent one of the reindeer's greatest advantages. Thanks to them, it can cover long distances with relative ease, traversing areas covered in ice or wet vegetation without major difficulties. This capacity is vital in an environment where access to food can make the difference between life and death. Herd living is another key survival strategy. Reindeer group together in large numbers to protect themselves from predators like the Arctic wolf, always watchful for any sign of weakness. Together, they are stronger and better protected, moving almost as a single organism across the extensive icy lands. However, the reindeer's life is becoming increasingly challenging. Climate change is altering its natural habitat, making traditional migratory routes less predictable. Shorter winters and warmer summers affect food availability and modify migration patterns, forcing herds to travel greater distances and face even more demanding conditions. Furthermore, early thaw and unexpected snowstorms endanger the survival of numerous groups. Despite these challenges, the reindeer remains a remarkable example of resilience. Its ability to adapt and survive in one of the planet's most extreme environments is truly impressive. As it continues to traverse the tundra on its ancient migrations, the reindeer reminds us of the perseverance and strength of wildlife, especially in a constantly changing world. Every footprint it leaves on the snow is a silent testament to its determination to keep going, even in the face of increasingly greater adversities. In the arid and frozen plains of Greenland, where the wind blows relentlessly and temperatures are extremely severe, the muskox stands out as a true survivor. With its thick, woolly coat, it looks like a creature from another era, a living remnant of the Ice Age. This majestic herbivore, which can reach up to 400 kilograms in weight, is one of the great symbols of Arctic endurance, capable of facing the most extreme conditions thanks to its strength and extraordinary ability to adapt. The musk ox's most notable feature is its dense double coat, which provides it with unparalleled protection against intense cold. The outer layer, formed by long coarse hairs, shelters it from the freezing winds, while the inner layer of fine wool, known as kiviot, is one of the softest and warmest natural fibers in the world, with an insulating capacity up to 8 times greater than that of sheep's wool. This coat allows the muskox to be barely affected by sub-zero temperatures, enabling its survival in places where other species could not withstand. This exceptional coat can be interpreted as a gift granted by the Creator, a perfect protection that allows the muskox to stand firm against the extreme cold of the Arctic. However, from a scientific perspective, it is the result of a long process of evolutionary adaptation that has unfolded over tens of thousands of years, during which nature has gradually selected the individuals best prepared to survive in an environment dominated by ice. Between spiritual explanations and and science-based discoveries, there are sometimes differences in how reality is understood, but at their meeting point, both complement each other, helping us understand more deeply the essence of evolution and the way in which life forms, adapts, and endures through time. In the white immensity of the tundra, musk oxen move in small groups, reinforcing the sense of community and mutual protection. Facing predators like the Arctic wolf, they form a defensive circle in which the adults position themselves outwards, while the calves remain sheltered in the center. This defensive strategy is one of the most effective in the animal kingdom, allowing them to face even the fiercest hunters. Despite their imposing appearance and defensive behavior, musk oxen are peaceful herbivores that survive thanks to the most modest resources offered by the tundra. During the summer, they feed on grasses, mosses, and shrubs, making the most of the brief period of abundance. In winter, when the ground is covered by a thick layer of snow, they use their sharp hooves to dig in search of lichens and hidden roots, an arduous task that consumes a large part of their energy. Even with all these adaptations, the muskox faces new challenges. Climate change is altering the delicate balance of Arctic ecosystems. Shorter winters and warmer summers modify vegetation cycles, reducing food availability and making it difficult for these animals to survive. Furthermore, increased freezing rain causes the formation of ice layers on the ground, preventing access to vegetation and creating a natural barrier that can be deadly during particularly severe winters. Another fundamental aspect of muskox life is their reproductive behavior. During the mating season, males engage in intense confrontations, clashing heads and curved horns with enormous force to establish their dominance and secure the right to reproduce with the females in the group. Calves are born at the beginning of summer, when the tundra begins to bloom, and they quickly integrate into the group's dynamics, learning from an early age to face the challenges of their environment. The presence of the muskox in the Arctic landscape is not only a reminder of the past, but also proof of life's ability to thrive in extreme conditions. These animals, with their almost prehistoric appearance and survival strategies perfected over millennia, are essential for the balance of the tundra ecosystem. With its strength and endurance, the muskox stands as a true symbol of Greenland, a living fortress of fur that defies the most relentless elements of the Arctic. However, its future survival depends on the conservation of the fragile environment it calls home. Today, the muskox remains one of the last living links to the Ice Age, a symbol of the perseverance of life in a land where only the strongest and best adapted manage to thrive. When winter envelops Greenland and the Arctic wind sweeps the open tundra, few creatures dare to show themselves on the white terrain. However, amidst that harshness, the Arctic hare still appears, silent, agile, and almost invisible. Without the need for strength or sharp claws, this animal survives thanks to speed, vigilance, and a subtle capacity for adaptation to one of the coldest environments on the planet. The Arctic hare has a body approximately 43 to 70 centimeters long, with an average weight of 2.5 to 5.5 kilograms. In winter, its fur turns pure white, reflecting light and helping it dissolve into the snowy backdrop. When the short summer arrives, the fur gradually changes to grey or light brown, matching the colour of the rocks and bare ground of the tundra. This is not just a simple colour change, but a crucial camouflage strategy for survival. The Arctic hare's ears are shorter than those of hares in temperate zones. This seemingly small detail plays an important role by reducing heat loss in the freezing wind. Its long, strong hind legs allow it to move quickly over deep snow, and it can even reach speeds of more than 60 kilometers per hour when pursued. A decisive advantage in a world where predators constantly lurk. Unlike many other animals in Greenland, the Arctic hare does not dig deep burrows for shelter. Instead, it relies on its extraordinary cold resistance and constant vigilance. When resting, the hare often sits motionless, pressing its body against the snow, reducing the area exposed to the wind and using its dense fur to stay warm. During violent snowstorms, simply remaining still and blending with the environment is a form of survival. The Arctic hare's diet changes according to the season. In summer, it eats grasses, leaves, shoots, and wildflowers, making the most of the short period when the tundra turns green. In winter, when everything is buried under the snow, it switches to gnawing bark, dwarf shrub branches, and dry roots. In this way, the Arctic hare acts as a natural lawn mower, directly influencing the structure of the tundra vegetation. In the Greenland ecosystem, the Arctic hare is a key link. It is an important food source for many predators such as the Arctic fox, Arctic wolf, snowy owl, and even large falcons. When the hare population increases or decreases, the entire surrounding ecological network also changes. Its existence helps maintain the natural rhythm between predators and prey, a fragile but essential balance. Regarding reproduction, the Arctic hare takes advantage of the short summer to perpetuate the species. The female generally gives birth to 2 to 8 young per litter, with the capacity to have multiple litters in a season if conditions are favorable. The young grow very quickly, being able to move and forage for themselves in only a few weeks, a crucial advantage in an environment where winter can return at any moment. In addition to being prey, the Arctic hare contributes to shaping the landscape of Greenland. Through feeding and the dispersal of seeds via its droppings, it supports the regeneration of tundra vegetation. The trails it creates in the snow and soil also affect how other species move, unintentionally becoming part of the biological map in the icy environment. In Inuit culture, the Arctic hare often appears as a symbol of agility and vigilance. It is not a heroic character or a ruler, but a familiar image of persistent existence amidst a harsh nature, surviving not by force, but by alertness and adaptability. Today, the Arctic hare is also affected by climate change. The rising temperature alters the thickness of the snow and the vegetation growth cycle, directly impacting its food sources and its camouflage ability. When the snow melts earlier or is not thick enough, the white fur that was once an advantage can become a weakness, making it easier for predators to detect. Even so, in the vast snowy fields of Greenland, the Arctic hare continues to appear, silent, vigilant, and always ready to flee in an instant. It is the embodiment of fragile yet resilient life, a reminder that in the Arctic, existence is not a victory, but the ability to adapt day by day in the face of an implacable nature. When the faint light of the Arctic winter covers the Greenland tundra, the seemingly empty sky becomes the domain of a silent predator. Without a wing beat, without warning, the snowy owl appears as part of the icy landscape, white, motionless, and full of power. In a world where every move can mean life or death, it is the embodiment of precision and patience. The snowy owl is one of the largest owl species in the world. The female can measure up to 70 centimeters long, have a wingspan of 125 to 150 centimeters, and weigh almost 3 kilograms, significantly larger than the male. Its entire body is covered by thick white plumage interspersed with dark spots, lighter in juveniles and females, which helps it camouflage perfectly among the snow and rocks. This plumage is not only for hiding, but also an armor against the cold, allowing the snowy owl to withstand the extreme temperatures of Greenland for months. Unlike many owls that live in the forest, the snowy owl is an inhabitant of open spaces. It does not hide in the tree canopy, but often perches on earth mounds, rocks, or ice pillars, observing the vast surrounding tundra. From those low positions, its golden, shining eyes scan the ground, looking for the slightest sign of movement, a lemming sliding under the snow, or an Arctic hare that has just peeked out of its shelter. The snowy owl's hunting capacity is based on a perfect combination of sight and hearing. Its ears are positioned asymmetrically, allowing it to precisely locate its prey even when covered by snow. With a very small movement, the snowy owl can swoop down with astonishing precision. Its strong, sharp talons help it subdue its prey in an instant, even in strong winds and low light conditions in the Arctic. In the Greenland food chain, the snowy owl plays a crucial regulatory role. Its main food is lemmings, but when these rodents are scarce, it also hunts young Arctic hares, seabirds, and even small fish in coastal areas. The snowy owl's reproductive success is closely linked to the boom and bust cycle of lemmings. In years when lemmings are abundant, the snowy owl can nest in large numbers, laying 3 to 11 eggs. Conversely, when prey is scarce, they may even refrain from breeding, a rare energy conservation strategy among raptors. What is special about the snowy owl is the way it confronts the wind and the cold. Its broad wings not only help it glide effectively, but also allow it to maintain balance when strong Arctic winds blow. Plumage completely covers its legs and talons, reducing heat loss when it perches directly on the snow and ice. During the long winter nights, the snowy owl can remain motionless for hours, conserving energy and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. In the culture and legends of the Arctic peoples, the snowy owl is often seen as a messenger from the spirit world, a creature that connects the sky and the earth. The image of a white owl flying silently in the middle of a snowstorm has become a symbol of wisdom, observation, and the invisible power of nature. For the Inuit, the snowy owl's appearance is often considered a sign of changes in the surrounding nature. Today, the snowy owl is also suffering clear impacts of climate change. As the temperature rises and the snow changes its structure, the lemming cycle becomes more unpredictable. This directly affects the snowy owl's reproductive capacity and distribution. Furthermore, the change in the landscape causes the open areas of the tundra, where it hunted effectively, to gradually shrink. Even so, when the Arctic night falls and the cold wind blows over Greenland again, the snowy owl remains silently present. White as snow, silent as night, it is the guardian of the tundra sky. In this hostile world, the snowy owl is not just a predator, but also the silent heartbeat that keeps the Arctic ecosystem on its course. A white ghost, always watching, always waiting. In the vast and icy landscapes of Greenland, the Arctic wolf lives and thrives, a silent predator perfectly adapted to the extreme conditions of the Arctic. With its thick white fur, it camouflages in the snow, being almost invisible in the desolate landscape. This natural isolation is crucial for its hunts, making it a relentless hunter in the pursuit of survival. The extreme cold, which can drop below -50 degrees Celsius, is overcome by its thick fur, which protects the Arctic wolf from the cutting wind and constant snowfalls. Living in a pack is one of the keys to the Arctic wolf's success. In well-organized family groups led by an alpha pair, wolves hunt together, coordinating their actions to catch prey larger than themselves, such as reindeer and muskox. Cooperation is essential, as hunting on the open tundra requires precision and teamwork. Surrounding and isolating the prey, often forcing it onto difficult terrain, is a common tactic. Each wolf knows its role within the group, and this coordination increases the chances of success both in hunting and in mutual protection. When not hunting, Arctic wolves are tireless nomads. They can cover long distances, often more than 30 kilometers per day, in search of food or to mark and defend their vast territories. This nomadic lifestyle is necessary due to the arid environment they inhabit, where prey are scarce and scattered. But even with its hunting abilities and physical endurance, the Arctic wolf faces new challenges. Climate change is altering the tundra ecosystem. With the ice retreat and changes in prey behavior, wolves need to move farther to search for food, expending more energy and facing increasingly unpredictable conditions. Furthermore, decreased genetic diversity due to geographical isolation can affect the health of the wolf population in the future. Despite this, the Arctic wolf continues to thrive, a solitary and majestic figure on the Arctic moorlands. In summer, when the sun never sets, they adjust their hunting tactics to cope with the seasonal abundance of prey. In winter, with near constant darkness, stealth and patience are their greatest allies, allowing them to ambush with precision under the cover of night. The Arctic wolf is a master of survival in a relentless environment. Its penetrating gaze and silent presence in the vast expanses of snow make it an emblem of Arctic resilience amidst the adversity that surrounds it. It remains a supreme hunter, a living representative of the tenacity and power that dominates the Arctic. In the icy waters of Greenland, the walrus reigns as one of the largest and most impressive marine mammals of the Arctic. With its bulky body and pair of long curved tusks, these giants can weigh up to 1,800 kilograms. The walrus's tusks, which can measure over 1 meter, are used to defend against predators like the polar bear and to climb onto ice floes, making it a true expert on sea ice. The walrus possesses a thick layer of blubber that protects it from the cold of the Arctic waters, acting as a natural insulator. This blubber layer is essential for its survival in sub-zero temperatures. Additionally, its vibrissae, long, sensitive whiskers, are fundamental for foraging. They track the ocean floor in search of shellfish, its main source of nutrition, which the walrus skillfully extracts from their shells. These animals are highly social, forming large herds on floating ice and rocky coasts. They cluster together in large numbers not only for safety, but also to stay warm during the long winter. Social interaction among walruses is very strong, with many movements and vocalizations that strengthen the group's bond. However, the walrus faces a growing challenge. the melting of sea ice due to climate change. With fewer ice floes available for resting and giving birth, these giants are forced to spend more time on the coast, where they are more vulnerable to predators and human disturbances. Despite the adversities, the walrus remains a powerful force in the Arctic. Its presence reminds us of the grandeur of wildlife in the most extreme regions. When the sea ice of Greenland begins to crack and the ice floes slowly move away from the coast, the seemingly peaceful ocean reveals a new threat. Without noise, without ostentation, the orca enters the cold waters like black and white shadows, bringing with it a change that all other creatures immediately feel. The orca is not a year-round resident of Greenland, but appears with increasing frequency, especially in coastal areas and fjords during warmer water seasons. Small, tightly knit pods enter the Arctic waters to hunt seals, belugas, narwhals, and even young whales. Their presence immediately changes the behavior of other species. Belugas retreat to the deep fjords, narwhals stick to the ice, and seals become more vigilant than ever. With a length that can reach almost 9 meters and a weight of up to 6,000 kilograms, the orca is the apex predator of the Greenland marine food chain. But what truly makes them fearsome is not just their size, but their intelligence and group hunting tactics. They coordinate perfectly, clearly dividing roles, using sonar, speed, and even patience to corner their prey to the limit. The orca's physical strength is undeniable, but what truly puts them at the top of the Greenland food chain is their intelligence and pack hunting tactics. They live in tightly knit family groups, passing down hunting knowledge across generations. Each pod has its own culture, with characteristic ways of hunting, preferred prey, and social behaviors. In Greenland, orcas have been recorded hunting seals, belugas, narwhals, and especially young or weak walruses. Facing large walrus herds, orcas do not attack directly. Instead, they patiently circle, causing panic, separating the young or injured individuals from the herd. Only one moment of disorganization is needed for the balance of life and death to tip toward the predator. In the Greenland ecosystem, the orca plays the role of a regulating factor. Its mere appearance is enough to restructure the living space of many whale and seal species. They are a reminder that even in the coldest and seemingly most peaceful seas, supreme power belongs to the predators who think. However, the increase in the frequency of orca appearances in Greenland also reflects a worrying reality. As the climate warms and the ice melts, marine areas that were once safe refuges for belugas and narwhals are becoming more accessible to this predator. The Arctic Ocean is changing, and the orca is the clearest sign of that change. In the dark waters beneath the ice of Greenland, the black and white back glides and disappears. Leaving no trace without needing to prove its strength. The orca is not just a predator, but a living warning that the Arctic is entering a new era. Leaving the windy and snowy tundra and entering the dark and cold waters of Greenland, the world seems to change completely. Beneath the thick layer of sea ice and deep fjords, a strange creature swims silently in the darkness. The narwhal. Without roaring like the orca, without the ostentation of the humpback whale, it appears silently, carrying with it one of the ocean's oldest mysteries. The narwhal is a medium-sized toothed whale with an average length of 4 to 5 meters and a weight of approximately 800 to 1,600 kilograms. Its elongated body, dark grey with white spots, helps it blend with the dim light under the ice. But what makes this species legendary is its spiral tusk, which is actually an elongated canine tooth that can reach 2.5 to 3 meters in males. For centuries, that tusk has fueled human imagination. In medieval Europe, narwhal tusks were sold as unicorn horns, symbols of power and magic. However, for modern science, the tusk is no longer magic, but a sophisticated biological tool. Inside, it contains millions of nerve endings, allowing the narwhal to sense changes in water salinity, temperature, and pressure, as if it were reading the ocean by touch. The narwhal's life is closely tied to the ice. Unlike many other whales, it rarely leaves the Arctic region. Greenland is one of its most important refuges, especially the deep fjords and marginal ice areas. There, the narwhal dives to depths of more than 1,500 meters to hunt, mainly Arctic cod, squid, and deep-sea fish. These dives, lasting tens of minutes, take place in near absolute darkness, where pressure is extreme and the temperature barely exceeds freezing point. The narwhal's survival capacity lies in its calm and energy conservation. They swim slowly, rarely leap out of the water, and move in small pods, often from a few to a few dozen individuals. When the ice moves and breathing holes change position, the entire pod must remember the network of access points to the surface. A small mistake can also cost them their lives. In the Greenland ecosystem, the narwhal plays the role of a deep-sea predator, connecting the dark world of the seabed with the upper food chain. They are an important food source for orcas, and on rare occasions can be attacked by polar bears when trapped near the ice. At the same time, through hunting and excretion, the narwhal contributes to the redistribution of nutrients in the cold ocean, sustaining life in resource-poor water layers. For the Inuit, the narwhal is not just an animal, but also part of their life and culture. In legend, it is said that the twisted tusk is the result of a cursed spear, which became an eternal tooth. In reality, the narwhal was an important food source, providing meat and blubber in a hostile environment. Today, that relationship is more strictly managed, seeking to balance tradition and conservation. In the silence of the Arctic, the twisted tusk surfaces in the dark waters, reminding us that there are still creatures on Earth that have never been fully understood. And that is precisely what makes the Greenland Ocean so magical. When the weak light of the Arctic summer penetrates the cold waters of Greenland's fjords, a soft white color emerges beneath the surface. It is the beluga, a species of toothed whale without a dorsal fin, friendly and very expressive, known as the canary of the ocean. In an icy world that seems silent, the beluga brings sound, movement, and a rich social life that is rarely perceived by the naked eye. The beluga is a medium-sized whale with a length between 3 and 5 meters and an approximate weight of 500 to 1,500 kilograms. At birth, it is grey or dark brown, and only after several years does its skin turn completely white, an ideal camouflage in the ice and dim light environment of the Arctic. Lacking a dorsal fin, its smooth body allows it to glide easily under the ice and move through the narrow passages of the fjords. Unlike many other whales, the beluga has a flexible neck, as its cervical vertebrae are not fused, allowing it to turn its head when hunting in confined spaces. On its forehead is a soft mass of fat called the melon, capable of changing shape and of emitting and modulating sound waves, facilitating communication and echolocation in dark waters. The beluga is one of the most communicative whales in the ocean. It produces whistles, clicks, and deep sounds that not only serve to orient itself and hunt, but also to maintain group cohesion. In Greenland, it usually travels in pods of a few to several dozen individuals, concentrating in coastal fjords during the summer, when the ice retreats and food is abundant. Its diet includes Arctic cod, capelin, crustaceans, and squid. It hunts at different depths, from shallow waters to deeper areas of the fjords. Although it does not dive as deeply as the narwhal, it compensates with frequent dives and great dietary flexibility, allowing it to adapt to the seasonal changes of the Arctic. Within the Greenland ecosystem, the beluga plays a key intermediate role, connecting fish and invertebrates with larger predators and contributing to nutrient redistribution. In turn, it can become prey to the orca and, on rare occasions, the polar bear when trapped near the ice. The beluga's life cycle reflects the leisurely pace of the Arctic. It can live between 40 and 60 years, and the female gives birth to a single calf after a gestation of 14 to 15 months. The young grow up protected by the group, where strong social bonds increase their chances of survival. Beluga nurseries in shallow bays are a common sight in the Greenlandic summer. For the Inuit, the beluga has long been an essential part of Arctic life. Its meat and blubber were an important food source, while its skin provided vitamin C, a valuable resource in an environment with a scarcity of fruits and vegetables. In traditional tales, the beluga is often described as a peaceful creature close to human beings. Today, the beluga faces new challenges. The ice melt alters its migratory routes, while the noise from boats and human activity encroaches on previously silent fjords. For a species that relies deeply on sound, these disturbances can have lasting consequences. Even so, during the days of the Arctic summer, when the waters of Greenland remain calm and the light does not disappear, the beluga continues to appear. White, elegant, and always communicative, it brings life and sound back to the icy fjords. Leaving the bright fjords where the beluga fills the water with sounds, the Greenland Ocean slowly plunges into darkness. Hundreds of meters deep, light disappears. The temperature barely exceeds freezing point, and time seems to move extremely slowly. It is in this silent world that an ancient creature moves slowly, the Greenland shark. This shark is one of the largest species in the Arctic Ocean. It can exceed 6 meters in length and reach over 1,000 kilograms in weight. Its thick, dark skin blends with the depths, while its small eyes, often affected by bioluminescent copepods, offer limited vision in an environment where sight barely matters. Instead, the Greenland shark relies on an extraordinary sense of smell and great sensitivity to vibrations. It swims at a very slow speed, close to 1 kilometer per hour. But in the cold waters of the Arctic, that slowness is an advantage. Every movement saves energy and allows it to survive in a world where food is scarce. Its diet includes fish, squid, seals, and the remains of whales or other animals that sink to the bottom. By consuming weakened organisms and carrion, it fulfills an essential function as a cleaner of the ecosystem, helping to maintain the balance of the Arctic depths, where natural processes occur extremely slowly. What makes this species truly exceptional is its longevity. Scientific studies have shown that many Greenland sharks live between 250 and over 400 years. Some of the current individuals already inhabited these seas before the industrial era, becoming living witnesses to the planet's climatic history. Its life cycle advances with the same calm. It reaches reproductive maturity very late, sometimes after more than a century, which makes its populations especially vulnerable to any alteration. For centuries, Arctic communities have viewed the Greenland shark as a creature of the depths that inspires respect rather than fear. Today, however, its greatest threats do not come from other predators, but from human activity. Bycatch, pollution, and climate change are reaching even the deepest layers of the ocean. And so, in the darkness of the Greenland Sea, the Greenland shark continues its slow movement. Without haste or noise, it moves like an extension of time itself, reminding us that some life forms do not endure by force or speed, but by an absolute patience forged over centuries. In the vast and desolate regions of Greenland, the peregrine falcon soars through the sky as a true master of speed. Known for being the fastest bird in the world, it reaches speeds of over 300 kilometers per hour in its dives toward prey. Its long pointed wings make it agile and precise, allowing it to pursue its prey in the air with impressive dexterity. In the Arctic, the peregrine falcon feeds mainly on other birds, such as ducks, pigeons, and even Arctic terns. It uses its amazing eyesight to spot prey from great heights. Once located, it performs a vertical dive known as a stoop, tucking its wings against its body to reduce air resistance and reach a lethal speed. The impact of its sharp talons is enough to knock the prey out of the air or cause severe damage, making it a formidable predator. The peregrine falcon prefers to nest on high, isolated cliffs, where it can raise its young with relative safety. These nests are simple scrapes in the rock, strategically located to protect the eggs from predators and provide easy access to hunting routes. The peregrine falcon's success as a hunter is also related to its incredible stamina. During long migrations, it can cover thousands of kilometers, moving between the coldest climates of Greenland and warmer regions during winter. This ability to adapt makes the peregrine falcon an emblem of resilience. However, like many other species, it also faces challenges due to climate change and human interference. Alteration of its habitat and the decline of prey in some areas can affect its hunting and reproduction behavior. Despite this, the peregrine falcon remains one of the most iconic birds in the world, representing the power and precision of nature. Its dizzying speed and effective hunting capacity make it one of the most fascinating predators in the animal kingdom. The Arctic tern is one of the most extraordinary birds on Earth, not only for its elegant appearance, but also for the epic journey it undertakes every year. This small bird is famous for performing the longest migration of any animal, flying annually from Greenland to Antarctica and back, covering a distance of up to 70,000 kilometers. In its lifetime, it can fly a distance equivalent to 3 round trips to the moon, an impressive feat for such a small and graceful bird. In the Arctic summer, the Arctic tern returns to Greenland to breed, taking advantage of the long hours of sunlight and the relative abundance of food. It feeds mainly on small fish and crustaceans that it catches in precise dives to the water surface. Its protein-rich diet is fundamental for maintaining the necessary energy for its impressive migrations. During the breeding period, these birds nest on the ground in open coastal areas and fiercely defend their eggs and young against predators. The Arctic tern is remarkably aggressive in this phase, attacking any intruder that approaches its nest, even humans if necessary. The Arctic tern's life cycle is an impressive example of adaptation to extreme climates. By spending summers in both the North and South Poles, they manage to live in continuous daylight for most of the year. By avoiding the harsh winters of both hemispheres, these birds maximize their time in food-rich areas, thus ensuring their survival. However, climate change is starting to pose a threat to these tireless travelers. Global warming is altering the Arctic and Antarctic ecosystems, affecting food availability and modifying their migratory patterns. Changes in ocean currents and fish populations are beginning to impact the natural cycles of these birds. Despite this, the Arctic tern continues its epic journey year after year, a living story of resilience and adaptation. In each migration, it covers almost half the globe, touching continents and seas, symbolizing the incredible bond between the different parts of our planet. On the rugged cliffs of Greenland, the Atlantic puffin, with its brightly colored beak and curious gaze, is one of the most charismatic birds of the Arctic. Known for its distinctive appearance and almost playful behavior, this small bird, also called puffin, is an iconic presence in the northern coastal landscape. Despite its adorable appearance, the Atlantic puffin is an expert hunter, adapted to both land and marine life. For most of the year, the Atlantic puffin lives at sea, where it excels as an excellent swimmer and diver. Its wings, which beat quickly and constantly in the air, are used effectively underwater, allowing it to fly through the oceans in search of its main food source, capelin. It can catch several fish at once, holding them in its beak while continuing to fish, a trick that increases its hunting efficiency. However, it is during the breeding season that the Atlantic puffin truly stands out. Each year, the birds return to the cliffs of Greenland to form large colonies. They build nests in burrows dug into the ground or among rocks, where they care for a single egg. After about 6 weeks, the chick hatches and is fed by its parents until it is strong enough to leave the nest and learn to forage for itself. The Atlantic puffin's social behavior is quite fascinating. During the mating season, Atlantic puffin pairs remain faithful, returning to the same nesting site year after year. These long-term bonds and cooperative raising of the young are crucial for the species' survival in an environment where resources can be limited. The resilience and the ability to live between two worlds, the sea and the land, are a testament to the adaptability of wildlife in the Arctic. With its unmistakable appearance and charming personality, it is one of the most beloved and studied species in Greenland. Greenland has long been considered one of the planet's last wild lands, where ecosystems have operated slowly and stably for thousands of years. However, in recent decades, global warming has caused that rhythm to change notably. The Arctic is warming faster than the Earth's average, and Greenland is becoming one of the first places to reflect the ecological consequences of climate change. For the animal species here, ice is not just a landscape, but the foundation of life. The polar bear population living around Greenland and the eastern Arctic is currently only in the low thousands of individuals. They rely almost entirely on sea ice for hunting seals. As the time of the ice's existence during the year shortens, the capacity of female bears to accumulate energy decreases, leading to a reduction in reproductive rates and cub survival rates. This trend has been recorded in many long-term studies on polar bear populations. On the ice floes and coastal areas, the Atlantic walrus suffered a sharp decline due to hunting in the past. Although the population has shown signs of recovery, it remains relatively small and closely depends on stable sea ice. When the ice melts earlier, walruses are forced to congregate in larger numbers on land, increasing the risk of mortality from stampedes and biological stress, especially for the young. Underwater, Arctic whales like the narwhal and beluga exist in rather isolated local populations. Some populations consist of only a few thousand individuals and are closely tied to specific fjord systems. This helps them adapt very well to their local environment, but at the same time makes their recovery capacity slow if the environment is disturbed. As the ice retreats, the fjords that were once safe refuges are increasingly accessible to orcas, increasing hunting pressure on Arctic whales, which already have low reproduction rates. In the depths of the Greenland Ocean, the Greenland shark represents an even slower pace of life. With a lifespan that can exceed 250 years, and in some cases more than 400 years, this shark species matures very late, and its reproduction is extremely limited. This characteristic makes its populations low density and very vulnerable to long-term impacts such as bycatch or deep-sea marine pollution, even if these impacts occur silently and are difficult to observe. In the tundra, the Arctic fox, Arctic hare and lemming remain very present, but their populations fluctuate drastically according to snow and temperature conditions. A winter season with little snow or an early freeze can disrupt the lemming cycle, leading to a decrease in the reproduction of the snowy owl and the Arctic fox. These chain reactions show that the Greenland ecosystem functions as a tightly interconnected network where every change propagates to other species. The common point of Greenland's populations is their slow pace of life, low density, and limited recovery capacity. In the Arctic, life is not built on large numbers, but on a stability that extends over generations. Therefore, even a small decline can leave consequences that last for decades, even centuries. However, Greenland is not just a story of decline. Satellite monitoring programs, genetic research, and the expansion of marine protected areas are helping scientists better identify important breeding and migration zones. At the same time, the Inuit communities, who have lived here for thousands of years, are playing a central role in sustainable management, combining traditional knowledge with modern science to protect the ecosystem they depend on. What is happening in Greenland does not only concern a distant land at the North Pole. The melting of the ice here affects sea level, ocean currents, and the global climate. Greenland thus becomes a sensitive measure for the Earth's future. Between the ice, the wind, and the cold ocean, the animal species of Greenland continue to adapt and survive. But their future depends on the decisions humans make today. Protecting Greenland is not just protecting the remaining Arctic populations, but preserving the fragile balance of a shared planet. The journey through Greenland reminds us of the strength and resilience of wildlife in one of the planet's most extreme locations. Each species, with its unique adaptation, inspires us to conserve and protect this region and all its wonders. If you liked this adventure, leave your like, subscribe to the channel to discover other fascinating destinations, and share in the comments what other place you would like to see in the next video.